Hey guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. If you're into creepy and weird, make sure you smoke that like button and let's get right into it.
What? No! What? What the hell is wrong with you? No!
What was that? What if he just wanted to talk? I kind of want to know what it was. It looked like something wearing a mask with a scream mask or something. Definitely looked hooded. But yeah, I wish there was more clarity, but I felt like this could have been okay. There were people around. I'm sure they would have protected you. I don't even know what I just seen. They went from living to not living near the end. What was this, like a CapCut filter?
Creepy video, the King Horror.
Buang kayunya, lepasin. Awas digigitnya, hati-hati. Awas. Lepas, awas. Awas, Mat. Awas. Mana tadi? Ambil kayu, gebukin pakai kayu aja. Tuh. Mana? Oh, ini.
Seguimi per altri video.
So I definitely saw there was something attached to the goat. At first I thought it was like a wig or some sort, like hair attached to the goat. And then I see the separation. And near the end is when I went into the, hey, this is a shadow figure or, a shadow person that's lingering on the floor. Because the guy appeared, he was completely flat, holding on to trying to hold on to that shadow figure. So I can believe some of this only because there's ghosts are used in a lot of rituals. They're used in sacrifices. They're literally one of the craziest animals used in the sacrifices across the continents here. And even some of these entities sometimes resemble goat heads and stuff, right? So I'm definitely not too skeptical here. I could see potentially this being real. Even the way the camera angle is, it doesn't seem like, hey, it's too clear, but you're recording at night and you have other people here. I feel like this would be pretty hard to CGI like that, but at the same time it seems consistent.
This is the scariest video on TikTok. So the video is just that trend where you play a scary audio and then you trap someone in a room and record the reaction. Now, normally in these videos, they'll have like a fake ghost effect, but this one's a little different because it has probably the creepiest thing I've ever seen in a TikTok, and that is this woman. She just stands there and stares the entire time, like she barely moves at all. She's so still the whole time, people are debating whether or not she's even real. Now, looking deeper into the account, the woman seems to just be this lady, but they also post a lot of paranormal videos about things that happen in their house, like pictures moving on their own and creepy stuff like that. So maybe this lady is really just a ghost, but I'll let y'all decide that.
I did not feel like it was paranormal at all. Clearly, you can see it's a lady that's just hovering there and staying there, looking, outside into the hallway from either a bathroom or a closet or something. I believe it's a true lady. I don't think there's anything crazy other than that.
Here are 10 creepy, disturbing, and scary facts you didn't know. Part 2. Today's high school students have the same anxiety levels as insane asylum patients had in the 1950s. Until 1974, it was illegal to appear in public in the city of Chicago if you were ugly. During the early 1990s, a serial killer named Joseph Metheny owned a burger stand located in Baltimore, Maryland. After his arrest in 1996, He confessed to feeding his customers the flesh of at least 3 humans he had murdered. A new homeowner was shocked to find a rag doll boarded up in a wall cavity, clutching a note saying she killed a family. In 1977, we received a radio signal from space that lasted 42 seconds. To this day, we still don't know where that signal came from. The movie The Hills Have Eyes was based on the true story of the Bean Clan, a Scottish family who would secretly ambush, kill, and eat travelers for 25 years. In 1957, 2 sisters, Joanna and Jacqueline Pollock, were killed in a tragic car accident. A year later, their mother gave birth to twins, Jennifer and Jillian. Then it gets weird. Jennifer, the younger twin, had scars and birthmarks on her body that were identical to Jacqueline's, the deceased younger sister. The twins began to ask for toys that had belonged to the deceased girl, toys they had no knowledge of. Albert Fish, an American serial killer, boasted that he killed in every state and claimed to have had over 100 victims. What makes him even more sickening is that he sent letters to his victims' parents to tell them how good their children tasted. A man named Francesco Lentini had 3 legs, 4 feet, 16 toes, and 2 sets of functioning male genitals. He worked for a circus and lived until the age of 78. In 2011, Anatoly Yurovich was arrested after 12 dolls were found in his apartment. However, they weren't regular dolls. They were recently deceased little girls that he had dug up, dressed up, and displayed. Like for part 3.
There was a lot to unpack in that one. There really was, and literally,
Here are 10
I'm just of one. If you're ugly, you can't show your face in Chicago, guys. That was a real law. It was written down there. So very, very sad for the ugly guys. You know, I'm like, oh man, kind of wanted to see. What's classified as ugly? Who's making this judgment? Am I all of a sudden ugly now? The guy that was feeding human flesh to the customers, Joseph Matheny, I feel like I've seen him, documentary about him. I felt like he ended up becoming a cook in prison or something. I forget. I know there's something weird about him. The wow signal. I knew about the wow signal. I've seen, the wow itself written on the page and the entire story. I never knew The Hills Have Eyes was made based off a true story about a Bean Clan. What the hell, Bean Clan? They were killing people for 25 years? 25 years. Dang. This story I've heard before with the creepiness of the twins, the 2 sets of twins. One set passed away a few years later. They have a second set of twins that has the exact same birthmarks, asked for the same exact toys. It's just creepy in general, but it's also a real good feel-good story in some weird way, shape, or form. So I was kind of also happy about it. And I'm like, yeah, closure. But the guy with the 100 victims, if he's killed 1 in every state, that's already 50 there. So I'm assuming he's done at least 2 in every state. 3-legged seem cool. And then this guy with the dolls, I've read things about guys that dig up dolls or graves and turn them into dolls that they then take home and stuff. I wonder if this guy is somehow related or into that kind of thing. But yeah, it's quite interesting stories. Definitely creepy. And guys, make sure you smoke that like button and hit that subscribe, and please comment which one of these did you find the most creepiest. Tell me, I want to know.
What? No, I am a real person. Maybe we have a bad connection. I'm sorry about that.
Will you tell me you're not a robot? Just say I'm not a robot, please.
I am a real person.
Okay, it has to be, like, did she file her teeth like that, or is that, like, something you put over your teeth? And then what's with the eyes? Is that, like, how are they so wide? How do you get your eyes, like, that wide? Are my eyes wide right now? Like, I'm really having to, like, she's almost doing it. Or is it a mask? I don't know. Is this a filter? How is she doing this?
Creepy videos found on the internet.
That was CGI. Right. I mean, the last one alone with the whole Slender Man thing, clearly CGI, but some of those, no, really made me wonder, especially,
Creepy videos.
Which one was it? This, let me see.
Creepy videos found on the
Yeah, this one clearly CGI, guys. Like, come on, doesn't take a genius to figure this one out. But this dog ones, right? I had recently, I watched Cinnamon Toast Ken. Shout out to him, great guy. But he's reviewed like girls that try to pretend to be dogs. And like that's their whole like puppy play, I think it's called. And maybe that's what this woman is doing, as well as the guy, right? Maybe they're just into weird puppy play and they're just running around pretending to be dogs. And then when it came to this guy, I believe it's like a fake one. It appears to be a little person, just cosplaying in order to rip apart this poster. But other than that, it didn't seem too freaky. But the puppy play things definitely were creepy.
This is maybe the scariest urban legend I've ever heard, and it ended up being true. Back in the 1970s,
it's definitely creepy just wanting to do stuff like this, but I also know it takes incredible amount of skill. I've heard that you've had to like stop eating for a day and a half, and really like completely ensure there's no food in order to contort your body in that fashion. And a very respectable skill. I personally would not be able to do it, but I've heard so much about performers of this sort, and it is just, there's a lot that takes play, especially the timing, the amount you're eating, knowing how your body works, and making sure you're not rupturing anything, especially when you're talking about your body, guys, when you're contorting in this fashion. So very good skill here, definitely creepy.
We woke up to
Agua de
this.
las flores. Déjalo ahí, déjalo ahí.
Wait. Kevin, look, we checked the rest of their dishes, and look, there's water in here. There's water in
Déjalo ahí,
here.
déjalo ahí arriba para enseñarle a Fernando.
What? Wait, ¿también dices que ahí está agua?
Sí, aquí tenía este agua. Ya me lo eché yo todo en la cara.
Oh, it's wet. What the fuck?
Mira, oh my god, look at Eric.
Oh my god.
No lo tires.
I have no idea. I feel like someone peed in the sink. That was like my first thing, and then it just got everywhere. And then when the water started appearing on other things, I'm not sure. Unless it was placed there, I don't know how you get water on closed cabinets, I guess, if they were closed. If not, I'm chalking this up to some guy peed viciously. It happens, trust me.
This man developed symptoms of rabies. On the third day of the disease, he displays a characteristic restlessness and agitation. The most familiar clinical symptom of rabies is associated with difficulty in swallowing. When fluid comes in contact with the throat, it is violently expelled, at the same time producing painful, spasmodic muscular contractions, hence the term hydrophobia.
I have heard this. I've actually seen so many sad videos, especially guys. Shout out to, other countries out there. I've seen even videos coming out of India where parents will take their kids to the doctor because they tried to give the kid water, and it's already too late. They can't drink the water because their muscles are just spasming, unable to get any water into your body. This is how your body deteriorates, and that's it. That's it. It's a very sad story when it comes to rabies, and especially if you're not ready for it, guys. Stay away from animals. Stay away from rabid creatures. It's just not worth it. Do not do this to yourself.
You must stay quiet.
Disturbing moments caught at Disneyland.
Almost every single one was like a malfunction. Even the first one, I think, was just a robot malfunction during a live performance. Even the last one, I thought the same thing. The one in the middle with the 448-pound ball, I'm not sure if that ball was really 448 pounds. It definitely looked like it did break the flooring a little on the bounce, but it did appear it stopped before it hit the audience. But if anyone was hurt, I hope they're doing better. But that definitely must be scary. Imagine you're watching, Indiana Jones on live, Teddy. This is the best thing. And then all of a sudden you see malfunction. It kind of kills the vibe of the day. It's cool. You got to experience. I mean, I guess it's not cool because in the end somebody got hurt, but it's still different. But it kind of ruins your experience. That's scary.
Creepiest videos found on the internet.
It was creepy. At first, I thought it was just a regular face, and then the doctor mask comes out, and I'm just like, ooh, plague doctor. I don't know about this. Hopefully, the woman's all right. Definitely creepy. I don't know about that one. Definitely creepy.
Whatever you do, never go searching for this video. These 5 friends were forced to kill each other by the Mexican cartel. These 5 young, aged from 19 to 22, were looking for some sort of employment, and they were promised a high-paying job at a call center. But when the alleged contact was taking them to meet the people for the job, it actually turned out to be a whole scheme to recruit them to the Mexican cartel. And when all 5 of these boys said they didn't want to join, the cartel then said okay and tied them up, taped their mouth and took a picture, and then recorded one of the friends killing all the other 4 friends. And after that, they put the 5th one, who just killed all of his friends, into a car and set it on fire. I am telling you right now, do not go searching for this video because you will find it. And trust me, you do not want to see something like this. This case is absolutely horrific, and the fact that this happens way more often than we think is just extremely scary and disturbing. It's just sad that these young men were just trying to get a job and make some money for themselves, but instead it turned into a living nightmare. Rest in peace, these 5 young men.
Yo, first and foremost, no cartel come after me. I don't want anything to be involved. But even second and foremost, why is the cartel hurting their own population instead of recruiting or further expanding like they have shown to do, right? Sometimes there's pros and cons when it comes to cartel. But sometimes the pros, they say, are helping back with the community regardless of how they attained the means to help the communities. The main thing is the communities end up supporting the cartel, saying, hey, these guys are supporting us and giving us great things. So when you hear a story like this, right, where 5 teenagers looking for a job and one of them forced to unalive the other 4, and then the cartel unalives the 5th person also, it is just so sad. This is not the proper way, I feel, to conduct yourself as a organization. I feel what was the purpose? Who are you trying to scare? teenagers from getting jobs. So I hope the cartel, does the proper training in order to help ensure things like this don't reoccur. And if they're into this weird, like, killing of their own populace, then you're like, why are people supporting the cartel in the first place? And that's a whole different can of worms to open. But guys, don't go searching for this video. It sounds gory. I ain't into that.
Disturbing things caught on camera. Lauren Combs lives in an isolated area and enjoys spending time with her 2 pets. She would upload videos about her 2 pets to the internet until one day strange events started happening. First, while talking to her sister in the kitchen, a bottle suddenly fell on the table. Next, while exploring her backyard, she noticed a half-dead tree with holes. After closing up on the tree, she finds the skull of a dead animal. If that wasn't creepy and disturbing enough, wait until you see this. If this creeped you out, hit the plus sign.
You better hope that's some electrical. Otherwise, you got someone that did some weird ritualistic stuff on your property, and I would look into a cleansing. I mean, what do you do at that point? You go outside, you're like, dead tree. Oh, what the heck? Random animal skull. Wonder what this was used for. Why are you even touching that thing? Leave everything as is. Let's get the experts in there. If there is a haunting, let's get it cleansed. All right, guys, let's do one more.
Creepy things seen on TV PT.4.
Yeah, creepy indeed. Imagine foods had thoughts, bro. And you know what's interesting? I'd recently read an article where they were saying plants emit sound, especially sound waves that can be picked up by microphones when they're being cut or even interacted with. So makes you question everything. And by the way, Sausage Party, very good movie. I personally don't remember the scene being so hectic, but yeah, I watched it a long time ago. So guys, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's videos. If you're into creepy and weird, please consider joining the Ganja Goons by hitting that subscribe and smoke that like button. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.